Are you a single parent wondering about the child tax credit for 2023? You are in the right place. We will help you understand what it is all about. The child tax credit is a government initiative designed to help parents and guardians with the financial costs of raising a child. In 2023, it continues to be a significant part of the American tax landscape. It's more than just a line on your tax return. It's a potential lifeline that could provide much-needed financial relief. With the right understanding, the child tax credit can significantly ease your financial burdens. So, who qualifies for the child tax credit? Let's break it down. First and foremost, the age of the child matters. The child must be under 17 at the end of the year for which you claim the credit. That means for the child tax credit of 2023, the child should be under 17 as of December 31st, 2023. Next, let's talk about the relationship to the child. The child can be your son, daughter, stepchild, foster child, brother, sister, stepbrother, stepsister, or a descendant of any of these individuals, which includes your grandchild, niece, or nephew. An adopted child is always treated as your own child. Moving on in terms of support, the child must not have provided more than half of their own support for the year. That means the majority of their financial support should come from you. Then there's the dependent status. The child must be claimed as a dependent on your federal tax return. Now let's look at citizenship status. The child must be a U.S. citizen, U.S. national, or U.S. resident alien. Finally, we have the income limits. For the child tax credit, the amount of credit you can claim is reduced or eliminated if your modified adjusted gross income is above certain thresholds. The exact figures can vary from year to year, so do check the IRS guidelines for the specific limits in 2023. Remember, these are the essential criteria for eligibility. Make sure you meet these before applying. Now that we know who qualifies, what are the benefits of this credit? Let's dive right into it. The Child Tax Credit, or CTC, is a boon for parents and guardians, serving as a financial lifesaver. For the year 2023, the credit has been set at a substantial amount per child. This amount can significantly reduce your tax liability, meaning you owe less to Uncle Sam at the end of the year. But the benefits don't just end there. In some cases, if the credit amount surpasses your total tax liability, you could be eligible for a refund. Yes, you heard it right. This is what's known as a refundable credit. Instead of you paying the government pays you. Imagine the relief and opportunities that extra cash can provide. Moreover, the child tax credit is not just a one-time thing, it's an annual benefit, meaning you'll receive this boost to your budget every year for each qualifying child. This can be a game changer in managing the expenses that come with raising a child. So whether it's to pay for education, healthcare, or just to help with the everyday costs of raising a child, the child tax credit is there to lighten the load. It's like having a financial safety net, providing you with that extra bit of security we all sometimes need. And don't forget, this is a credit, not a deduction. This means it directly reduces the amount of tax you owe, dollar for dollar, which is much more beneficial than a simple tax deduction. As you can see, the child tax credit can make a big difference in your tax situation. So, let's move on to how you can claim this beneficial credit. Understanding the child tax credit is one thing, but how do you actually claim it? Now let's walk you through the process. First, you'll need to fill out the appropriate tax forms. The most common of these is the IRS Form 1040, which is the standard tax return form. In addition, you may need to complete Schedule 8812, which is specifically for the child tax credit. While filling out these forms, you'll need to provide information about your income and your children, including their social security numbers, so make sure to have that information handy. Once you've filled out the necessary forms, you'll need to submit them to the IRS. You can do this by mailing the forms to the address listed on the form instructions, or you can e-file, which is often quicker and easier. Remember, it's important to double-check your information to avoid any potential delays. It's also a good idea to keep a copy of your tax return for your records. Claiming the child tax credit may seem complex, but with the right guidance, it's completely manageable. So let's recap what we've learned about the child tax credit for 2023. This is a financial boost designed to support families with specific qualification criteria. Benefits are substantial and can make a big difference in your household budget. Claiming it is straightforward once you know the steps. Understanding the ins and outs of the child tax credit can empower you to make informed financial decisions for your family. Remember, as a single parent, you have rights and benefits available to you. The child tax credit is one of them. Make sure you take advantage of it.